Hello, we are back with our second part of the chapter in which we are going to see further that how a standard unit was being decided. So, in French country in 1719 a standard unit of measurement was created which was called as metric system. Now, scientists from all over the world today have adopted a set of standard unit of measurement which is known as International System of Units, and it's been abbreviated as SI, which has been adopted from the French System International de Unite. So SI means System International. Okay, the SI unit of length is meter. Length, when we are calculating a length of anything, the SI unit is always meter. It's uniform wherever you go worldwide. It's an international unit being used. In our everyday life, we usually measure four physical quantities: length, mass, time, and temperature. So these three things, as we have seen the measuring instrument in our first slide, where we are using a scale, weighing balance, and a thermometer, which helps us to calculate the length, time, and temperature. Okay, weighing balance also gives us the measurement of the mass. Yes, we weigh the mass. So these are the quantities which we use in our day-to-day life, and therefore they are known as fundamental quantities. In our everyday life, we cannot always measure things using standard units, as we need to measure very small as well as very large quantities. So as they are saying that only meter is a SI unit being used for length, we cannot always measure the things in meters. Okay, now if we are measuring a length on a book or on a page, we use a unit as centimeter, which is a smaller quantity. So it differs according to your need. So we cannot always use a standard unit for it, but instead of that you can have some other quantities also. Okay, so length can be measured in meters, centimeters, okay, and even in kilometers. If we are talking about the length on the road, we calculate it in kilometers. So when we are talking about all these three unit in terms of length, still the SI unit remains the same, that is in meter. So if we are saying this scale or a line is of 2 centimeters, it will be converted into meters, and then you can tell it to the person who's there conversing you from other country. Okay, so fine, you are will be only using this SI unit worldwide, but if you in terms need to calculate a smaller unit, then you can even have it in a smaller manner like centimeters. If you need it in bigger manner, then you can need it or calculate it in kilometers. All of you have understood this. For example, you can take you will measure the length of your eraser in centimeters, which is a smaller unit. Okay, but when 1 meter is divided into 100 equal divisions, each division is 1 centimeter long. You all know this, how to divide them into thing. But again, if the distance between two different cities you are measuring, it will be in kilometers because it is a larger unit. So when we are talking about length, as I have already told you, it differs according to the distance that we are calculating. If the distance is small, we'll use a smaller unit. If the measurement is big, we have to use a bigger unit. Is it clear? Now the next table, this slide shows you a table in which the four quantities which we were talking about, the fundamental quantities, that is length, mass, time, and temperature, it gives you the unit which we generally use, the symbol being used for it, and the SI unit that's been used worldwide for it. Okay, so the first one tells you about the length, and as I've already told you that centimeter, meter, and kilometer are the three units that we can use according to the size of the object. Then symbol used for that is centimeters, meters, and kilometers. The SI unit being used for that is only meter. Then the next one shows you the next physical quantity is mass, which the units are used for that is gram and kilogram. Gram we show it with G. Okay, and kilogram we show it in kg, and the SI unit for that is kilograms. Then we have the next one, time, as the physical quantity, which we measure in seconds, minutes and hours. Okay, we tell time in seconds, even in minutes and even in hours. It differs. Now if there is a running race, you cannot have it in hours. That will either be in seconds or in minutes. But if you are sitting for a paper, if you are attempting a paper, it will always be in hours. It won't be in seconds. So it differs according to the task that you are doing. Then the SI unit for that is seconds. Then the last quantity is temperature, which is measured in Celsius, Fahrenheit and Kelvin. Okay, so the symbols been used for that is degree Celsius. The circle that's been seen, it's used for degree Celsius, degree Fahrenheit and Kelvin. But the SI unit which is being used worldwide is Kelvin. So all of you are very well known and have understood the SI units that been used. Okay, now the next, there are some following the points that need to be remembered when you are writing down the unit of any physical quantity. So we'll just go through one of them, through all of them one by one. The first thing which you should follow, that is, name of units are generally written in small letters even if they come before name of a scientist. Means these names of units are mostly kept on the name of the scientist, but still they are being written in small letters. For example, meter, Kelvin and centimeter. Okay, all these, the first letter that you can see over there is in small letter. But except Celsius and Fahrenheit, these two are in a capital letter. Okay, this is the observation that's been done and you have to follow this whenever you are writing a unit. Then the second rule is symbols of units are written in small letters unless they are named after scientists. Like K, it's named after Kelvin, okay, and therefore it is K, the capital K, as it gets its name from the scientist. Then the third rule is symbols for unit are never written in plural, but when written in words, plural is used. For example, the length of a pencil is 10 centimeter. Here we are not writing 10 centimeters. We don't write CMS over here. And if we are writing the full word, then we write it as 10 centimeters. Here we write S, which is a plural form. But when we are writing it in words, we write it as 10 centimeter, which is a plural, a singular form. Okay. Then the fourth one is symbol of a unit is not followed by a full stop. Whenever we are writing a sentence, it doesn't come, a full stop doesn't come after we have written 10 centimeter. Okay, if it comes in the end of the sentence, then you can give full stop to it. But if it is coming in between, like for example, I'm writing the length of a pencil is 12 centimeters, then you can write, give full stop after it. But if you are writing the length of a pencil is 12 centimeter and the length of the rubber is 5 centimeter, so here I will give full stop after 5 centimeter, but I won't give a full stop after 12 centimeter. Have you all got this? And the last rule is unit for volume are liter and milliliter. They are written as, how are they written? See, liter is written in capital L, and milliliter, the first alphabet M, milli, for milli is small m, and for liter it's capital. Okay, so this is the short form of liter and milliliter. Now the next is how to measure the length. Now normally we use a ruler or a scale to measure a length of anything. If it is a greeting card, we can use a scale to measure its length. It's very easy. Okay, we can take all the four sides, we can measure all the four sides of the greeting card by using a ruler. But if we have a curved surface, like if we have a thread and I have to measure the length of a thread, how will I measure that? Here again I can use two different methods for measuring the length of the curved line. The first method is by using a ruler and the second method is by using a divider. So in the first method, by using a ruler, how will I measure it? I will just take a small thread in my hand. It is curved. Now you can straighten that. So first, to measure the one end of the thread which I am holding, I'll put a knot on one end of it and name it as P. Okay, then that particular point P, I will keep it, I'll start the measuring of it, keeping it on one end of the scale where it is being given 0 centimeter, and the other end of the rope I will place it until it's been stretched. The distance that it takes, if it comes upon 5 centimeters, I can calculate the distance from P to Q is 5 centimeter, and I can know that the rope is of, or the thread is of 5 centimeters. So this is how I can measure it. I will make it straight and put it along with the ruler. This is how I can measure the length of the thread or rope by making it straighten and measuring with a scale. So this is the first method that I'll be using. Then the second method is by using a divider, in which you all know divider is a instrument which we generally use in geometry. Yes, so this also can be placed from one end of the thread to the other end. You can just stretch it on, put at both the ends, and then the same divider you can put it on scale and measure the length of the thread. So this is how we can measure the length of different curved surfaces. Like if I have a curved glass where I have to make a curved mirror, in such cases I can use these methods for measuring the length of the curved surfaces. Then the next part which we are going to talk about is standard weights and measures. Now in this, sometimes shopkeepers and vendors, you might have seen that they cheat the consumers, they cheat the customers that they are coming that are coming to their shop. So to protect the consumers right, government has made or undertook certain measures. For that they have passed laws. And what do these laws say? So the first law says that uniform measurements are used throughout the country. Throughout the country, a uniform measurement should be used by every shopkeeper, may it be in any end of the country. Then the second is accurate measuring instruments should be used. Now it's not necessary everyone will use the same kind of instrument. Okay, some of them will say that this pot gives you 1 kg of rice. The same 1 kg thing can be measured in other pot also. Now we don't know whether it's actually 1 kg or not. For that, nowadays you have digital things, digital instruments where there are no chances of having or making any kind of cheating at all. Okay, and the last point is that correct standard of measurement should be used. Correct standard of measurement must be used, that is only centimeters if it is being used, or only meters. The units must be uniform everywhere. So these standards, weights and measures are checked by the government of India periodically. They keep on checking this periodically. They have a certain time been fixed for checking them. Okay, so the next part of our chapter, that is motion, we'll talk about it in our next part.